Okay, nerds, welcome to another vintage video. Today we're going to play a Lurrus Saga League. Very exciting stuff. We're going to use the Esper list that Oskia won the challenge with last weekend around the end of September. 28th of September, they won a challenge with this list here. So main deck, we've got a bunch of nice cheap power cards like your Ancestrals, Brainstorms, Ponders, Probes, nice cantrips in there. 4 plows to fight the infinite amount of frogs in the format at the moment. And then it's just a blue, black, white control deck. Plenty of permission, 4 force of wills, 3 negations, fluster, consign, spell pierce. The fluster's interesting to me, because a lot of the blue, black saga lists are on 2 spell pierces. But Oskia here's gone for a fluster storm as well. I guess to try and have better game against Doomsday or something, because this Fluster Storm doesn't have great text against Duel, but we have got the Consign in, which the blue-black lists aren't playing. So that's, I guess these two are doing something, and then this is over like another, the Fluster's over like another Ponder or something, which is cool. White gets us Plough and Lavinia, and then from there, it all looks pretty normal. We've got 1 Saga, just 3 Wastelands, 2 Baubles, because we've got to make space for these Lavinias somehow, Delve spells for extra card advantage, and we've got a nice Snapcaster Mage as well over the 4th Bowmaster, which I think is great and gives us more removal, more cantrips. You know how Snapcaster Mage works. Right, post board. A billion cards in case we come against Bazaar of Baghdad. 8 full cards, 2 Needles, which is interesting to me, because Needle is one of the hate pieces that I'm usually least concerned about, right? Needle on the draw as the Dredge player is a massive problem. Needle after an activation of Bazaar, they need another hate piece. So if you're on the draw hating Bazaar, I don't if you're the non-Bazaar player hating Bazaar with Needle, I think on the draw Needle's quite weak at the moment. But I imagine we get extra utility elsewhere as well. That's the thing. I'm not sure it's what. I'll have to work that out as I go. 2 consigns for the dual matchup and the workshops matchups, and that can also come in against Doomsday along with this additional Fluster Storm, and then a smattering of other removal spells, Soul Rends and Fatal Pushes, mostly targeting mono white there. So yeah, interesting. I would have thought that 2 Crypt, 1 Needle is better. 2 Needles means that your Bazaar opponent has to bring in the Vigors, which is, one of the things that the Lurrus Saga sideboard at the moment, the blue-black sideboard does, is they allow us to skimp on bringing in Vigors. So, I don't know. This is just an absolute lift and go sort of thing. Net deck central over here. We're going to give it a go, see how I do. I have very low expectations for my ability to play this deck, so we'll see. Okay, in round 1, we're on the draw against Jose, who I believe plays a lot of Duel. So, this hand can't do anything. I mean, it can lose a game pretty quickly, right? But I think it's a lie that we can ever keep this, right? That's not real life. So we'll probably ship this because Duel's going to be too much of far too fast for anything we can ever do. I know we've got 2 redraws, but there's a good chance we're too far behind on 1 or dead. And if my redraws don't find me exactly Force Negation plus Spell Pierce or something, I'm also dead. So they're redraws, but I need exacts, and the threat of dying turn 1 to a well-known dual player is tough. There's also the thing though where Jose also plays a lot of, or has in the past played a lot of mono white, at which point this hand looks phenomenal. We can break a Chancellor with a Bauble, not ideal, but we can do it. We can then plough them and follow up with a Frog. So phenomenal might be a stretch, but against mono white this might be serviceable at the very least. So I think I'm still going to ship it when I'm allowed to, but whilst Jose chills out over there, we're going to quickly look up his deck list. So it goes. Okay, Jose's here. I'm going to give it the mulligan. I don't think I can keep that. I think this looks crap as well. Am I supposed to go to 5 to find my Force of Will? and then just get forced back because Jewel never doesn't have it. I mean, I've got a bowman on turn 1, which we can punish with. That can get metamorphed, and then we can snapcast. We can plow it. We can plow their metamorph, and then die. I don't think this 5 is real either. I don't think this 6 is real. Sorry. Like 1 relevant spell and 4 lands is pretty rough. Sure, whatever. I'll keep this, and I'll bottom dig and ponder, I guess. Or do I actually just pitch the strip mine or the bowman? I think ponder can go. We can try and draw a blue source. Preferably not Tundra. I don't know, this didn't go very well to start with. Jose did mulligan though, so hopefully there's something there for us. But maybe I'm supposed to put like the strip or the bowman. I think I'm leaning bowman at this point. Although with no bowman, then I don't need pearl, right? So maybe it's like, I can't remember what the other card was, ponder. Put back pearl. And then if I find a blue source. So the thing is, right, so if I put back pearl. What was the other card I put back? So I put back 2. Ponder. And dig through time. But if I kept one of those blue cards and I can draw a force of will here, my life is sweet. Is what I'm trying to say. Lorien revealed. So that's an island, which I probably want to get. I think I'll bauble myself first and see if I can find a force of will on top. So if I do, then I can just strip mine them. But maybe stripping them is very good anyway. Like Workshop Go is scary and weak at the same time. So if you're in Workshop Go, how likely is it that you don't already have Force of Will in hand? Alright. It's like, imagine, like, what is this? It's turn 2, 1 ring, turn 2, jewel. With no protection and no Moxen. Sounds really unlikely, I think. There's a frog there. I certainly don't want a frog. What sort of protection do I want then? I'm going to play the pearl. I think I'm going to protect myself with the strip mine here. Oi, 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 oi. So we can strip mine and then die to the one-off saga. I think that's the game plan. And then I'll cycle upkeep, I think. Yeah, because I need to get rid of... I don't want the frog right now, right? I'm 2 colours away from it. I'd rather get my underground sea to get my bowman going. And if I hit the one random force, then we can weep and cry about it and see how much of a test Jose provides to us on their turn 2. I don't know about the... I think the mulligans were fine. I think what I put back was questionable. Because I could have a ponder over this bowmaster, which makes this bauble trigger far more live. So I don't want to be out there pitching ancestrals and going further down on cards, right? I think I've just got to cope. Let them do what they want to do. And in Ancestral we trust sort of thing. Certainly getting Underground Sea. And then the bauble can resolve. And we've drawn the Force of Will. Life is pain. Do I have to Force of Will a One Ring this turn? No, I just have to die to the one of Saga. Yeah, we discussed that. I don't know what I'm talking about. Sorry. I'd already been over that point. Right, so blue card to Force 3. Force would be cool. Force 3 Ancestral. Would be cool. Sapphire possibly acceptable, but still annoying actually. Ponder, excellent. Do we go now? I think we do, because they are unlikely to have relevant cards. I don't think they play Negation main deck, do they? So my Force of Will is just a Force of Will. Why is it asking me all the time if I want to do stuff? It just happens. We're just here. We've arrived. Interesting draws. None of them fantastic against Urza's Saga. The question is, do I want to ponder and delay casting Masters of Bow and other stuff later? Grim Monolith. If I fight Grim, they can't make a token. If I fight Grim and they force me, I'm likely sad and confused. Am I pitching Time Walk or Ponder? Ponder digs deeper for the Wasteland. Time Walk digs shallower for the Wasteland. But allows me to curve both a card draw and a land drop for Wasteland. Or we could consider Lavinia. But I'm concerned Lavinia is just a bit good against them. I think I'll let this go. I've got like a main deck dress down as well. I can still ponder in Lavinia. What am I talking about? I can still ponder in Bowman. So maybe Walk is my pitch card here. So I need to find the waste. Kind of soon. Otherwise these tokens are going to be, I know, fairly damn thick. Sapphire. So let's cast Sapphire. And then I think I ponder off the Sapphire. Because Lavinia is going to stop PO. It's going to stop One Ring. It's going to stop Coveted Jewel. So I think Lavinia is the payoff here. I think Lavinia is the big money. I think I can ponder. Snapcaster draws a lot of cards. So I take Snapcaster Mage. Then I'll be getting a Flooded Strand as well. On my next turn, because this turn I'd want to Lavinia. Or I can try and walk. The moment I walk, I'm kind of... If I walk and they fight back... I've got to pitch the snap, at which point I'm just untapping and casting Lavinia, and I've got no card draw. But Snap Ancestral seems good. Or walk, snap, walk. With a fetch on the way through. I think I prefer Snap Ancestral. But I think I need to take the Snapcaster Mage. I kind of want to get a shuffle in before I do that as well. But what if I just play Lavinia? They make 2 tokens and a Lotus, and then they can't cast any spells. But they do have 2 3/3s. No, they get 1 token because Mitchell's Workshop's crap. So they've only got 1 token, it's a 3/3. They can't deploy Moxen. Yeah, I think actually just casting Lavinia and passing is the way here. And I can pitch Time Walk, I think, to my Force of Will here. Lavinia just happens. Here she is. Straight in. That's cool. So now Jose can't cast POs, Jewels, One Rings, Force of Wills, Moxen. Just floats a mana, no tokens, nowhere. Can only cast 1-drops at the moment, unless they've got the other land rolled up. I mean, I didn't die as hard to the one-off Saga than I thought I was going to. Or I haven't yet, at least. Vexing Bauble, right, that's quite bloody annoying, actually. Cool. So now I do get a fetch land, though. Why is there a graveyard there? What are you doing? So we get a fetch land. What's the likelihood of them having a flash threat here? I think it seems low, doesn't it? So I think I'm going to get in my 2 points with Lavinia. And now I can walk. And that's over. Interesting. So I was going to walk, and then I was going to, once that's got through, I was going to snap Ancestral. And then... but I haven't shuffled yet, so this is meaningless. Cool. That went well. So I want the consigns, that's for sure. Do I want needles for some reason? I can needle keys, I can needle Khans. I don't think needle does enough for me, does it? So just 2 consigns, and we can drop a Flusterstorm's questionable at best, isn't it? But maybe I'm supposed to keep a Fluster and just like drop 2 plows or something. What do they bring in? They bring in Master Cores or Worm Coils and maybe Metamorphs. So maybe it's keep 3 plows. 3 plows against dual sounds so many. And there's also a Soul Guide Lantern here. What am I supposed to do? Maybe I'm supposed to bring in Needle then. But what are we naming with it? Manifold Key, Time Vault, Khan. The One Ring. Oh, the One Ring. The One Ring, Josh. Come on. There we go. That sounds like a good way to not get run over, doesn't it? And I can drop a Fluster. Keep in 2 plows for their sideboard plan. Needle the One Ring. Okay, cool. Right. Any other suggestions from the group? No. Good. I'm going to hit submit. Meow. Okay. We can keep this, I think. Next question. How do you pitch and why? I think I'm supposed to pitch Ponder first. Soul Ring's probably fine. I think I'm supposed to pitch Ponder before I pitch Lorien, just because my mana's bad. I've probably got to fight that. 3 cards. Oh no, I have to, because I can't play cards if they resolve that. I'm going to pitch to Ponder, because I think the Lorien revealed getting into mana is better. Oh, Ancestral Recall. Yeah, I'd really rather not that one either, actually. Let's go for all of them. Have you got a Force of your own? Nope. Nope. Cool. Bunch of mana for them. bunch of mana for me. 2 cards over there. Cast this. Cast a Lotus. Pass the turn. And no. This now looks like a very tough game to win because they've got 3 cards in hand. Hopefully this is much of their game plan, and yeah. Play a Sapphire. So we've got Hardcast Lotus, Hardcast Force of Will available. This was Workshop. And I think I've got to. I don't think we can give them that. And it's back to us. And Spell Pierce, okay. That looks pretty weak here. That looks pretty damn weak here. Opponent also kind of floundering though, so buy Lurrus, hold up Bowman. Then we can purchase a cat and try to bring the hammer in some way. Because I don't think Bowman's doing enough. Yeah, no. They might have slow rolled this payoff. Spell Pierce wasn't doing anything. Bowman wasn't really doing anything. Oh, well, maybe it was. Maybe I lied. Okay. Opponent's got 3 cards. One of them's a mean amount of mo though, so. Just gonna play the Lurrus and see if they min amount of mo in response. Nope. They've just got a Hardcast Force of Will of their own. Sink into Stupor. Well, that's pretty annoying. So we're probably gonna lose. They're going to draw 2 plus cards here. So they can get 3 out of the untapped target legendary permanent. Yeah. Okay. Argentum and Mastercore. And then they're going to metamorph it 8 times. Opponent's got 3 cards in hand. More mana than I am bothered to count. Yeah, cool. Right, let's go home. I still think I like the sideboarding plan, but I think I just don't like the way that all played out. Do I want more plows over something over here? Certainly not over Ancestral. Come on. No. No, I don't. I like it all. Okay. Game 3. This time they were on the play for the first time today. And we've got Ancestral Protection, so we'll keep this. Not lots of protection, but a little bit. Opponents kept 7. Do we want to slow roll our Ancestral Recall? They're on 61 as well, 54 plus 7. Wild stuff. Do we want to slow roll our Ancestral to hold up our Consign? Yeah. Yeah, I think I do. Beat the first big burst and then be the person who reloads. I'll Consign the One Ring. They've got Jets as well. That's their whole day out. So they're down to 4 cards, but they have got 5 mana, which is tough. I think I go now, because I don't think they play negation. I'd like to make a land drop. Rip the land drop, but we can welcome the forced blue card draw. That was cool. They're drawing a time vault, which is certainly something they can draw. We get a land? No. Cool. Good chat. So, land, 6 mana, go to duel. I think I'll negate pitching Force of Will. I know they've got a time vault in hand now. And now we'll top deck a land. This is a spot where I need to brainstorm. I think so. Yeah. So I'm not sure if I'm supposed to fight. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to fight Time Vault on the way down. That's hard for me to say. So I'm not massively interested in Bowmaster right now. I'm actually interested in DT. Probably. What do you put back? I'm actually just going to put back the DT. I'm going to float the DT on top. I've already got a Bowman in hand. We can play this, and we can fetch if we have to. We can pitch Psychic Frog or Snapcaster Mage if we want to. Opponent's got 4 cards. One of them's a Time Vault. One of them's a Mastercore. Protection from multicoloured. I've floated the plough. I've kept the plough here. Kept the plough around. I was going to float the plough, but I haven't. Do I want a DT? I don't think so. So what I'm going to... No, I want to top deck a land is what I want to do. Yeah, I want lands. So we'll plough this now. So if we hit a land, we can play Frog and protect ourselves. We can't with a draw like that, but I do think I deploy the Frog. Anyway, they've got Time Vault and 2 others, 3 others after they've drawn cards. We're coming off the gas slightly here to try and push through more. Phyrexian Metamorph is fine. So it's just a Psychic Frog. Time Vault's the one I'm not sure on. So maybe I just force pitching Spell Pierce. That's a good draw. That's a good draw. So maybe I do that for 2 and keep plough plus. Oh no, I've got to do it for 1 in case I miss a land. So let's go like this. I can exile Force of Will. I can exile Misty. I can exile Brainstorm, Negation, Bauble, Consign. And then it's, do I want to tap my Tundra or get rid of Plough or Ancestral? I think I'll get rid of Plough. And now I get to attack. I think I'm happy trading cards here. I've got more cards than they've got cards. And I can ponder for a land and still have consign up. Good lord. I can have negation into walk. Maybe that's good. So let's put dig down, then time walk. We'll draw the negation now. No thank you. Opponent's on 19. They're going to get to draw a card here. But at some point we just get to take like 7 turns with Snapcaster Mage. The One Ring. I will get rid of Mental Misstep, I think. Now I've got Time Walk into dig through time. And now I've got fresh cards on top of my deck. So I think I just walk. I think we can be pretty confident that our opponent's not got permission at the moment. It's a Mox Jet. Let's draw a card here. Land means we get to walk again if we want to. Or we can snap Ancestral. Or we can play another Frog, hold up Consign. I think that might be the play actually. If nothing good happens in the next... during this combat and the Psychic Frog trigger, I think the line is to consign. How many forces have I used so far? That's actually going to be a real big question, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4 of 8. So I think it's just deploy another frog. My frog is bigger than their frog. My frog can fly, theirs can't. I have a consign to memory up. I have got some cards in hand though. Cast the one, counter the One Ring. The frog can't really attack. No. Yeah, I'll have a peek. I'd love to. Wormcall Engine, Paradoxical Outcome. Play a land, attack a few times. Opponent's going to let us draw 2 cards, which is freaking dope. And now I think I'm just going to Snapcaster Walk. Just load up on turns. Now I can bauble myself. Do I want to bauble them? I think baubling myself to decide whether I feel like DTing or not is good. It's a strip mine, which I'm not overly fussed by at the moment. Yeah, I'll send a Snapcaster Mage. Get in there, buddy. You discard the Wormcoil Engine to keep the frog around. I get to draw 2 cards. And now I get to cast an Orcish Bowmaster and kill their Psychic Frog. And if this eats a PO, then I get to cast an Orcish Bowmaster and kill their Psychic Frog. It does not eat a PO. Strip Mine will eat a blue source. And I think I can afford to buy myself a cat. You'll go. Opponent's got PO in hand and no blue mana. And we've got a match. That was fun. It's quite enjoyable because you've just got like infinite decisions all the time. So yeah, that was cool. See you for round 2. Okay, round 2 with Esper Lurrus. We're up against Wolf. Not gonna lie to you, I hate everything about this. Well, actually, no, this is dope. Sorry, Luring Revealed's cracked. I'll keep this. I imagine we're pitching Brainstorms, right? Right, guys? It's Golden Time. Sapphire. Pony kept 7. Fetch the fucking Badlands. What the hell does that mean? I guess Frog's fine, because I can fight over the plough. Badlands? Where are we? Yeah, I'll have a look. I guess I look at me, or am I always cycling? I'm always cycling no matter what, right? So I look at them. They've got a Mox Emerald. Oh, congrats. So Lotus, please, and thank you. It'd be dope if you didn't force my Lotus, if I'm honest with you. Okay, well we did. Well, I have to fight that, and I'm going to pitch the Brainstorm because I need to get into 2 colours this turn. Lotus resolves. Lotus goes for white. Luring Revealed can get me... Unlikely to get me a Badlands. I guess it just gets me a C. I can play the C and cast Lavinia. And plough your frog. And now I can draw a card on their upkeep. And currently they control 1 lands. They can't play their Emerald. I have a Lavinia. So they've got 2 cards. They've got a Wasteland. There's going to be a bit of a slogfest here. But they can't cast spells. So it's just who outdraws who. At this point. This is like playing Squee when you trade everything off and then you've got 2 lizards and nothing to do. And this is one of the funny, like this is the sort of game that I really enjoy about Vintage, when you all do kind of messed up stuff and then but your messed up stuff kind of neutralizes each other. But my opponent played a turn 1 Psychic Frog, killed my land and tried to counter my spell. And they're very far behind. Oh, they've got a Lorien revealed. Brutal. Now they can cast spells again. So we've got Fluster. They've got an Underground Sea. So we've got Fluster for Fatal Push or something. But if they've drawn a Frog, we need to really find ourselves a... We really need to find ourselves a land quite quickly if they found themselves a Frog. Bowmasters. Yeah, okay. Sorcery Speed Bowman's kind of fine for us, I think. I still think I was supposed to get the Underground Sea. I think I play more black cards, right? But hey ho. So it goes. They're gonna, if they attack with the Bowman, we can't block. Okay. Lacked the cojones for that attack. This is great. This is great. Attacking this turn is great as well. No. I feel like you've got to get one bluff in. You can't just not be out there punting resources away, you know? Sure, whatever. This is my frog. Now we've got 2 threats in play. But they've got all the mana. They've got all the mana. What happens if they spiral here? Or twist? Or wheel? That would be piss annoying, wouldn't it? We know they're still holding an emerald, but they've got 5 other cards to do things with. I mean, one of the things is, if they time spiral, they either have to kill a 6/7 frog or a Lavinia and bink me a bunch. Oh, Pyroblast targets frog. Sadness. Still no attacks. More psychic frogs. I know it's really hard to send that attack, but like, it's a really, like, one of them is a really good attack. This looks annoying. Is that a wasteland? They've just played a trop though. Pick up wasteland, okay. I think I still get him with the plow though, don't I? Okay. I guess I don't. I guess I don't get him with the plow. So what happens if I discard 2 cards? Not a lot. Nothing good. What happens if I discard 1 card? Like Lavinia. The frog can go to the sky and attack Ren. And I think I just discard Lavinia. Now I get a card. I've got a plough if I want one. And they hit Lavinia for 1. Well, that doesn't make any sense. I'm going to play my land and I'm going to pass the turn. Opponent's got so many cards, man. And this Wrenn and 6 is going to cost me a land and another card. So let's go for a white mana. And then they pick up their wasteland again. And I will cast my Snapcaster Mage. Target my plough. And plough your Bowmaster. And this time we get through. You've got so many Planeswalkers, man. This is quite a lot of Planeswalkers. They're going to target themselves. Force of Will and Mox Emerald go to the bin. Now it's our turn. Can't imagine that Orc's getting in at any point. Get probe me. Yeah, fine. Fine. So you discard Dress Down. Kill Wrenn and 6. So I'm just trying to not punt away with my Exile Zone. So it's Tundra, Lorien, Force of Will. These are the cards that aren't coming back, right? Let's kill Wrenn. Get rid of the Wasteland lock. I guess I Wasteland an opponent's card. Because I can't cast Lurrus next turn if I buy it. So I'm just going to kill their Underground Sea. No, maybe I kill their Pyroblast card. Because can I have Fatal Push or Pyroblast in their deck, right? Probably both. I'm just going to kill Volcanic, I think, this turn. They've got a Wasteland. We already knew that. They kill my sea. We already knew that. Now they can draw some cards with Dak Faden. And we can Wasteland them again. But they have to play around this Flusterstorm, which is like worse now that it's known, but it's piss annoying sort of thing. So it is going to be in the way. Abrupt Decay, my frog. Green, black. Oh, this was the Badlands player, wasn't it? Yeah, reeling over Badlands, to be honest with you. So they're holding an Abrupt Decay here, which is good for them. So I think we force their hand on that front. Because now that I've drawn Treasure Cruise, I don't really want to... They're cycling Lorien revealed. Cool, fine. That's the thing, I don't want to go digging through my graveyard if I'm for flying. I get an Underground Sea. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Leaving Lotus, Bauble, Plough. Well, Plough can go, my Snapcaster's in play. I guess I'll get rid of the Bauble. And I'll fetch a Tundra. And then we can take to the skies off of Cruise, Misty. Maybe just Lotus, actually. Keep the frog for the longer grindy game. And then we'll attack Dak Faden. With Psychic Frog and Snapcaster Mage, I think. They have to block. I might discard the lands. Is that insane? I think that's insane. I think we'll just let Dak be. We'll just take the damage. We'll just hit Dak in the face. For 3. They'll get their 2 more cards. Got again. Did I have to make that decision earlier? I kind of did for delving purposes, but I also kind of didn't for... I didn't have to have a frog in my graveyard, you know? That wasn't necessary. I just feel like this Flusterstorm's doing a lot of work. Like it's just annoying them, I think. DT. Yeah, I might just fluster the DT. I think that looks annoying enough. They can pay 1 and misstep, but well, they can't. I've got Lavinia. Deathray Shaman, sure. So Dak's going to die. Lavinia's going to attack them. How many seas have we been through so far today? 1, 2, 3. I believe I play 4. Yeah, 4 in deck. So we'll go back to the game. So now I can fetch a sea and just keep the frog in my graveyard. We win. Opponent's board. I feel like the Needles are good against the Planeswalkers. Pushes are good against Deathrite, Bowman, Frog. Counter target triggered ability or color spell. That sounds blank. Soul Guide Lantern could be like kind of interesting just because it's going to bink on the Deathrite. But that might just be too weak. And then negations seem okay, but I don't really want. I don't know if I think 8's just too much card disadvantage, right? In a matchup like this. Do I want to come off another negation and have a Flusterstorm? I don't think so. I'm going to try like this. Sideboarding today could just always be wrong, right? This is not my normal wheelhouse. Meow. This is pretty damn questionable. I should have registered as Grubland. I'm missing a trick there. Maybe they're on something. I think we have to ship this, but it's such a slow and boring matchup that maybe it's like perfectly acceptable. You know? Take my draw steps and slay. No, I think I'm going to send it. Something with mana just sounds appealing to me. Like this. Look at this guy. Check for Wasteland. I assume we put back Tundra. Or maybe I'm supposed to put back like a different card. No, I think I like Tundra. Say Dunzo there. They mulligan 6 as well, that's cool. Wasteland, Emerald. Deathrite Shaman. Okay. So turn 1 walk. Show me. Dismember, Pyroblast, Oko Thief of Crowns. Moxjet. Tundra. Time Walk. Get Wasted. Yeah. That's fine. Untap, play Saga. That's annoying, but it's fine. And now we have to pitch Kill Oko. They go after my Tundra to make blue. They've got their own Time Walk. So they missed a land drop this turn, so we're all fine. Yep. Oh, that's their issue. They've missed a land drop. Yeah, sure. Nice. Sapphire's fine, I think. And then they eat our Scalding Tarn and we force some negation there, okay. And then they don't have Pyroblast on. And then we flash in Bowmaster because we're ballers. And I want my mana for tokens. In we go though. We can get dismembered and that's not a drama, if you ask me. If they eat something... Echo went away though. Psychic frog, that's not great. And then they eat this. Cool. And their hand is Pyroblast. So I think I flashed this in. See what I draw, but I may actually just be in a point where I have to get Sapphire or something. Not Sapphire, Pearl. No, I don't have to get Pearl, that's cool. So float mana. Maybe I do still get Pearl, because then I can float, and I can find Basic Island. I can plow them, and then, or I could get Needle for Deathrite. I mean, Deathrite's not doing anything, there's no cards in my graveyard. I mean, actually, Deathrite's going to kill my... Deathrite's going to kill my Bowmaster. So yeah, so maybe it's Needle for Deathrite. They're holding a Pyroblast and a Pyroblast only. Needle for Deathrite, fetch Tundra. Plow your Frog. Next turn, buy Lurrus. Following turn, play Lurrus. Following turn, I have a Lurrus in play. Yeah, I think I like that. So that's Needle for Deathrite Shaman. Needle for Deathrite Shaman. Get a Tundra. Plow your Frog. Oh, I'm down a mana though. Okay, so next turn top deck land by Lurrus. That was the bit I missed. But I feel like I have to attack. I have to kill the Frog, don't I? And now they've got a Pyroblast. And shit mana. And they can't draw, you know. But they can draw Ancestral, right? If I've got a Bowmaster, so they kind of get bodied if they do that. Yeah, no, this was cool. This looks like we're in a spot. Strip mine, yeah. So we're back to where we were before in game one, where just everyone's top decking, but they registered Badlands, so I think we're ahead. I guess that's how this plays out. I don't know though. I get to attack for 2. With an opponent at 10, and their Deathrite doesn't do anything, and they have a Pyroblast in hand. Blue to Delta is kind of powerful here. It means I can't wasteland their Badlands. Force of Will could be game breaking in a bit, except for the fact they're holding the Pyroblast. I've said it 8 times, and I already forgot they're holding it. It falls to 6 though. It falls to 5. They have like a... No, they have a Badlands, I remember, sorry. We've been going on about it. I was just wondering if they had a Surveil land, but no, they've got a Badlands. And a Scalding Tarn. Oh man, they're going to have all of that. What's next? Let's take bets. What's the next land that they fetch? Bayou. Oh no, they've got Scalding Tarn. They can't have a Bayou. I guess their Deathrite dies, and then we attack for 3. What else can they get? Plateau. They're not on. Not on that though. So maybe it's a Tiger. I'm gonna go with Tiger. Tiger's the next fetch. Opponent falls to 3. And we win. Cool. 2-0. It's fucking slow, isn't it? This deck. Okay, so round 3. We're up against King Sedris. Usually a mono white gamer. So let's see. Oh, yeah, I've got a cat. I forgot. If they're on mono white, this is everything I've ever dreamed of. I'll keep this hand. The odd turn 1 Lavinia over here. No Chancellor. And just like 87 plows as well. Like, King Sedris came to battle, but he's actually just going to go farming. Seems good. I've got to get Tundra. Look forward to top decking 3 frogs in a row. Oh, I hate dig through time so much. Dig through time makes it so that you can't yield. I know I'm not supposed to yield, but you know, habit. Wasteland, cool. Yeah, good story. Right, so my plows are dead. I'll just play my Wasteland. I don't care. The good thing about playing Wasteland is if they want to, you know, play non basic land next turn, they kind of have to waste my waste. Oh no, hang on. Let's just put them all in the graveyard. Sorry. So I can't in good conscience cast Address down there. I don't know if I can in good conscience cast Address down. I guess I should wait. That's cool. That's a nice draw. Let's get the king. White, I think, is the correct option. Play Lurrus. Get a scoop. Nice. Right, mono white. I'm going to sideboard as if they're mono white. So I like these ones. I don't care about the needles too much. Consigns can counter initiative triggers. I definitely don't need Flusterstorm. I'm not interested in negations. I'm not interested in Soul Guide Lantern. I'm not interested in Spell Pierce. This makes me think that I want the consigns. But with the way that's all lined up, it also makes me think that maybe I want one of these needles for some reason. What reason could we want a needle for? I can't think of one. We don't need needles. So maybe I'm supposed to keep like some shit in here. Like 1 negation on the draw and 1 spell pierce on the play, something like that. I don't know. It's weird. So I feel like we're missing cards, right? Do I bring in a containment priest because it blocks like a mother? I think I'll try this. I don't know if that's right. We have got a Lurrus. We have got an Ancestral and a Force of Will. So that seems good. We'll keep this. Pray for no Chancellor. Get wrecked. We're going to die. 61 again. 61. Registered from the opponent. Mox Chrome. Mox Emerald. Vexing Bauble. Right, so maybe I'm just supposed to eat everything. Just Force of Will the Vexing Bauble. Get rid of the Chancellor trigger. I do want to get rid of this Chancellor trigger somehow. I think next turn once they've made their land drop this turn, I'm not going to be in a position to ponder this game. So maybe I just force this, eat the Chancellor trigger, untap Ancestral myself, pray. I think this is fine. It's obviously not great, but everything's out of the way now. And I can just untap and draw cards. Yeah, Island seems great against the Wasteland Gamer. I don't see any benefit to Ancestraling now. I can bluff, consign to memory. Oh yeah. Please be true. Oh, and no cycle either. Not even going through the bauble. Alright. Let's get our brainstorm on. Let's put back a bauble and an extra bowman. Do I want to roll up the saga? No, I want to play the Misty Rainforest so that we can push something. Cavern of Souls. Name is Cleric. White Plume Adventurer. Okay. Cool. And now we get to push that now. Play as a saga. Play Time Walk. And then pass. Well, top deck fetch land, sorry, I missed that step. So unlucky. Let's just play the Tundra out. I think my Saga token is the place to be at the moment. I think this is going to be pretty good for us. They get to scry. I can't cast this Force of Will. So I get to go token, Lurrus token. Well, token, Lurrus Cruise, something like that. Sounds good enough, doesn't it? Oh no, I can't Lurrus if I'm making Saga tokens. I still get to get the Lotus. I can just get a Bauble. Did I leave in Soul Guide or did I take out Soul Guide? I took out the Soul Guide, so I'm not good for Baubles there. Opponent's got 5 cards in hand and they've just scryed 2. Let's see how their scry went. They found a basic planes from last turn. 2 top. Wow, what's it like? And this is a White Plume Adventurer. Okay. So that pushes them forwards into another room of some variety. Is it actually better to cast a Bowmaster here and get 2 bodies rather than 1 body that gets ploughed? No. No. I'm going to make a token and I can get ploughed, I don't mind. Oh. March of the Worldly Light. Eat my saga, not my token. Okay. Yeah, you untap your dude. I cruise all of these cards away. Play an underground sea. I guess just pass. Warp's gone, Ancestral's gone. They've got a 4-1, but the 4-1's dead. DT for plow, push through damage. Oh no, seasoned dungeon, yeah, that's annoying. Okay. DT, plow, snap, plow, take the initiative, play 2 guys, does that work? DT... No, I'm missing a mana from that. Oh, they're all the way through. They made it to the end. Shit. I didn't realise that. So I wanted to respond to that by putting a Bowmaster into play. Never mind. And now everything untaps. They got an Archon, sure. That's fine. I'm going to take a bunch of damage from the White Plume here. They scry Chrome Mox to the graveyard. And we can play an Orcish Bowmasters and kill their skeleton. Now I've got 3 creatures. I can play a tapped Misty. And cast 1 DT this turn. I'm going to DT for a Soul Rend. That's an instant, right? Yeah. Then we pass. Opponent's still got 2 cards in hand, which is quite a few of them. But they can find another planes. Which they do. That's both their planes there. Wasteland. Fine. Seasoned Dungeoneers itself. Okay. Cavern of Souls is found. Construct blocks White Plume. Soul Rend, Archon. So we know they're holding Cavern of Souls basic planes. So they've really got 2 cards in hand. And it's my turn. They untap both their creatures here. I draw an additional card because of Soul Rend. I've got Psychic Frog. So I can Snapcast a Mage. Get Soul Rend. Soul Rend your Seasoned Dungeoneer. Attack for 2. And then we have the initiative. Oh no, get fucked, I guess. Oh, Solitude Hardcast. Annoying, but annoying. Yeah, just annoying actually. All round, just quite annoying. So you get to maintain the initiative again. Plough the token. block the bowman. Oh, interesting not to block with the lifelinker there. Yeah, no, okay, do block with the lifelinker. Play some lands. Cast a Psychic Frog. Take 1 billion from this white plume. Opponent's got 3 cards though. I've got 5 of them. Oh, yeah, what a draw. So if we can get... The issue is the future initiative threats that just dome me for 5. I'll say suit up Solitude. So I have to chump Solitude with Snap. Discard Lavinia Force, Bauble to eat White Plume. Well, they're both coming in. So blocks. If they've got another Solitude, I think the game ends, so I don't think we can play around that right now. Discard Bauble. Discard Force of Will. Discard Lavinia. Plow's my guy. Sure. I think we're dead, right? I think that was just a bit too much at the end there. Plays a Plains. They've got 1 card in hand because we know about Cavern of Souls. They Wasteland a Tundra. And they untap their whole squad. Let's just Sovereign Solitude. I think that's the one that's annoying me the most right now. And then we'll pass the turn. We can still top deck a Plow. We don't. But we can flash in a Bowman. So we take 5 here. This is a lot of damage. 5 plus 4 is traditionally 9. And I think I'm up for just taking all of it. So I go to 4. I've got 3 cards in hand, one of them's a Cavern of Souls. I've got 2 cards in hand. And we flash in Bowman. Ping your face. Now we can consign the White Plume. And consign the Solitude trigger on the way into play. They've got a Bauble, so we have to pay. 2 cards enter the revealed zone and they're shit. Okay. Wait, what did I miss? No, okay, they can cycle the Bauble. Sure. So they give me the initiative. I can plow their White Plume now. And I can consign a future Dungeoneer or something like that. I can consign a top decked card. At some point, Snapcaster died, so I can, in the future, if I get to Lurrus soon, I can snap Soul Rend. Plow this. One of the issues here, though, is our opponents have got so many life points that it's going to be kind of hard to, like, just stop everything that happens for the rest of the game, you know? And now it's us. Cool. I'm going to Lost Well, alright, I've got to. Get my scry on. What's this? Solitude. I'll consign the trigger on Solitude. So then I can keep the initiative rolling. Misstep to the bottom. Plow to the top. By Lurrus of the Dream Den. Pass the turn, I think. So I can just trade with the Solitude, and I think that's a perfectly acceptable thing to do. So we can slow roll the plow. We don't have to plow right now. Mana Crypt. Wow, what are you casting? They're casting a big Chancellor thing. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, counter unless that player pays 1. Okay. These trade. I get to make a treasure token, which will pay for the Chancellor. They get to put Pearl into play, and we know their last card to Jet. I looked at their hand a moment ago. Stash, please. Let's start here. And I think we just roll out Lurrus. They've got one card in hand, and I'm pretty sure it's a Mox Jet. Bauble left the game, so we can just play our Bauble. And let's find out how bad it is for us. They've got a Black Lotus. I think that's great, actually, for us. And dink. 35. But at some point, right, if I complete this dungeon, then I'm just going to get like a 10-10 frog. And that should close out relatively quickly. Back to us. I think I'm supposed to be bawbling for cards rather than bow mastering for damage. So Mox Pearl. Yeah, because I need to draw into plows and stuff like this, don't I? Force of Wills, all this nonsense. Bauble into Lavinia, sure. Let's play a frog. I don't know why I didn't look at their deck, to be honest with you. That would have been better. But I do get to gain some life, so the next time they hit the trap, it's not quite so scary. The frog got all the food we ever need to get back into the initiative later if they steal it from me. They've got a Mana Crypt which is going to help us out a bit. No, it never does. It never helps us. And we win the match. Nice. See you for round 4, I guess. Okay, on the play again. Round 4 against Dog Coco. The gods love us. We're on the play. Look at these die rolls. Yeehaw. Meow. Sorry. Yeah, I guess I keep this shit as well. Okay, so good stuff as well is I've googled them, and it's good to know that in 2020 they got an 0-2 finish in a Red Bull International qualifier with Is It Aggro in standard. So that was good research. I've never heard of this player before. I've never seen their name. Don't know if they play a lot or what. But we'll just hit him with the old turn 1 ancestral, I imagine. I think I'd rather get my C wasted in this spot, right? Yeah, obviously. Obviously the C, because the Tundra casts 2 of my spells, and the C casts 0. So that's cool. I'm glad we thought about it. Annoyed that it's something I had to think about, though, is the thing there. So, upkeep ancestral to play around the old discard to hand size and force of negation. Hey look, we get to go power into power. That's fun. Mox Emerald, cool story. Wasteland. Got 'em. My turn, nice. So, I still don't think I roll out the Saga in this spot, do I? I think I go Tundra Lavinia. Not Tundra Lavinia, Tundra Soul Guide. What do I want to play Saga Soul Guide? No, I think I'm supposed to go Tundra so that I can do the whole Soul Guide, the whole thing. Let's eat that Wasteland. The whole thing with the Saga if I hit another land. But then the downside of this is if I get Wastelanded. But then the plus side of this is if I draw an Underground Sea, I can just play Lavinia. So, pros and cons all the way along. I think this is slightly better, but it's a lot worse if we get wasted. Right, so. Underground Sea. Cool. Good chat. Strip mine. Love all that. Love all that. Maybe that's Saga Walk, actually. Maybe I'm supposed to be like Saga Walk. But then if I Saga Walk and get countered, because my permission's not very good right now. So if I Saga Walk and get countered, then I'm kind of like hurting as they develop more mana. Let's draw a card. And if they bowman me, they bowman me. They don't. That's cool. Now we'll Saga Walk, I think. We're still going to do that. Because this time Walk's really threatening when I've got a Saga, right? So that's why it's more likely to get countered than if I've got like Underground Sea, Tundra. I don't know if they fight over this. But Saga Walk is a threat. So, but now I've got Saga online. I've got mana untapped. I've got the Wasteland rolled up for activating the Saga token, but I've actually drawn the Underground Sea. So now we're just cruising, right? I just need to draw the Treasure Cruise. But no, this is great. This is a good spot to be in unless they just like go off and combo us in some way. But if we're just playing some nonsense control mirror, which will take us another 70 minutes to complete, I feel like my position's better than their position. I've got 7 cards, they've got 6. I've got an Urza Saga, they've got 0. You know. Cool. They didn't reveal a Lurrus though. So what doesn't reveal a Lurrus but does play Underground Sea and Mox Emerald? It's a pretty short list, right? It's someone who's playing DPS or that sort of nonsense, but it's far more likely just Oath of Druids. I can't think of anything else between the two. So if we make a token, oh, what have we got here? An Orcish Bowmaster. Yeah, that's fine. My token dies. So they're not playing Oath. It's just Bug then. Okay. It's really problematic for me as someone who plays this format quite regularly that I will see Emerald, Underground Sea, and land on DPS before I find Bug. Bauble or Lotus. I think Lotus looks good here. And now we can just wasteland them. No, I don't like just wasteland them. I like Polluted Delta Pass, I think. No one's in a real rush over here right now. If we're just against Bug, then chilling out and drawing cards sounds really like the recipe of the day. They've got an Underground Sea in the graveyard. I've got a bunch of cards in the graveyard. They have a Strip Mine. Pick one. I've got it again. It's fine. I kind of want to go for Delta Fetch Tundra though, so that I can plow. I just want to delay their decision. Which means I've kind of got to delay the decision on my. Oh, so we've got another Bowman. Cool. I will block. Yeah. Abrupt Decay my Black Lotus. Tundra. Plow your Bowmaster. Sure, with Fetch Land resolves. They get a Tropical Island. And they Flusterstorm me. Right, so I crack my Lotus and pay. Is this real? Looks to be. My Lotus is dying anyway. Cool. So everything trades off, unless they've got a Force of Will here. And then I untap and snap Ancestral. Okay. Everything's dead. You wasteland my Underground Sea. Our creatures die. I snap Ancestral. Or am I supposed to play Lavinia Wasteland? Lavinia Wasteland use seems really appealing, doesn't it? But not having a land seems really unappealing. I think Lavinia Wasteland is actually really good. They've just Abrupt Decayed me. Kill your Underground Sea, you're off black mana, you can't play a frog. Cast Lavinia. Sequencing could be a little off there, but I don't mind. Oh, they've got a Force of Will. Pitching Oko. Cool, sure. Fine, they've got one card in hand. No black mana. I've got 5 cards, no black mana. But I've got Snapcaster and Ancestral whenever I get bored, you know. Yeah, sick. And like, there's a non-zero chance that they're card in hand. They've got 2 now, but there's non-zero chance their card in hand's just like a collect roof, which is like the nut low, right? So we can't snap Ancestral right here, but we can definitely ponder. Ponder finds Bauble, Wasteland, Plough. I actually really like these. So I can just Wasteland them again. Or maybe not. Maybe I take the... So Wasteland goes on the bottom, then Plough, then Bauble. Say no thank you. Oh, actually, maybe Wastelanding is really good because I currently just die to a fucking Oko. They've got a Polluted Delta on top. Yeah, no, so maybe it was actually just go get my Wasteland and Wasteland you off of Oko again. That could be a problem. I thought of Oko too late. Polluted Delta. Immediately fetches. Okay, we're going to be in trouble here. Oh, Psychic Frog. Okay, fine. Whew. Bullet dodged. Bullet dodged. So, does that make me want to Wasteland them? I don't think so. I think I need to be Snap Ancestraling here. I think I want to do that before they untap into Bowman mana. Not that they likely have a Bowman, you know, but now we've got Force of Will for Oko. So now we're just... And a Black Source. So now we're just on like some sort of cruise control. Dark Confident. Yeah, fine. Cool card to put in your graveyard, to be honest with you. Bauble. Bauble me. Misty. Don't know why I baubled me, because I have to fetch now. Let's make it look like it was a decision. It wasn't a decision, it was a mistake. But, hey ho. Kill that guy. Kill that Underground Sea. Force of Will and Misstep available, and a dab for 2 crunch. Okay. Opponent's got 1 card. I've got 1,000,000. Opponent has 1 land. I have 3. Or Consign as well. Go on. Play a Sapphire. Play a Jet. I will absolutely snap off this Consign right now. Yeah, see, I was right. It was just a stupid collect roof that they can't ever cast. Can't ever dream of casting. I mean, they did dream of casting it, and now here we are. They Stone Rained themselves again. Let's get frogging. Frog you. Thanks for joining. Snapcaster gets in. And this is over, right? We just now have to play for as long as my opponent feels like it. Like, they're not resolving another spell this game. And I've got Howling Mine. Yeah, cool. Okay, Bug. I like Fatal Push. I think I like access to a needle. I don't think I care about Flusterstorm. How many needles do I want? They only really play Lurrus, right? Lurrus and Wasteland. Not Lurrus, Oko, sorry. Oko and Wasteland. Soul Guide seems questionable. Consign seems questionable. Everything else looks kind of acceptable, doesn't it? It's just, do I want this needle over this Flusterstorm? I think so, because now I can kill Wastelands if that's the sort of game I want to play. Yeah, no, sure. We'll try this, and I think this second needle is questionable. Okay, game 2. We're up against Dog Coco on Bug, for some reason. So we need to kill Collect Roofs with this hand. But the Force of Will cast Ancestral, 61. Force of Will cast Ancestral seems kind of cool. Unless they Ancestral us first. They didn't. Let's waste them dead. Goodbye. Brainstorm. I think I'm fine with Brainstorm, actually. I've got a Force of Will rolled up. You can see what they kept on top as well. And then we can fight over my Ancestral and go from there. What have you got? An Underground Sea. And then we'll do the Upkeep Ancestral. Oh, I'll get my card. Yeah, please. That's a great idea. Wasteland for your Underground Sea. Taste it. They force. Oh, they misstep. Oh, 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 oh. I'm still going to fight. And it looks like it gets through. Nice. Into Snap Ancestral at some point in the distant future once I've wasted them enough times. And I won't stop wasting them. No. Not if we draw like that, I won't. Put that in the graveyard. Oh, we've got another spell. No. No, cool. We just wanted to... Bro, my league's taken long enough. Can we not be doing that sort of shit? And Underground Sea. Cool. I think it's time we played a Saga. Or is that even true? It's not true. Yoink. Are we having fun yet? I am. I've still got 3 more lands where that came from. Oh, no. Gotta tap it. Yep, pass priority. Bonus clicks for my mouse, which is already on its last legs. So, we are in a position where fuck all is happening. And that's typically where this deck excels. It's when everyone does nothing. Seiju. So just a green source for them. Bauble. We'll bauble ourselves, I think. Fatal Push. I probably quite like Fatal Push, actually. I'm probably down to clown with that one. I'm not going to cruise right now because cruising right now would eat both my baubles and my Ancestral. And shuffle away my Fatal Push. Just, do they crack this? Do they follow this up with Wasteland, you know? Like, have we reached a point where I'm forcing them to play their Wastelands? So if I can force them to play their wastelands and force them to wasteland my underground seas and tundras, then I think we're kind of happy with life. Let's fetch. If I go fetch cruise, I can leave the 2 good cards in my graveyard. Let's get 1 underground sea and 1 tundra. And then cast Treasure Cruise off of Muck Sapphire, eating all the lands to kill their Deathrite Shamans. 1 bauble and a negation. And if they force of will me, they force of will me. Yeah, they do. So we get more cards out of them. That's a spell pierce down. And I'm not too cut up about that exchange. Because next turn I'm going to get to play an Urza Saga and then go Snapcaster Ancestral on your turn. And all of that is true through a wasteland as well. You've got a Collector Roof. Yep. You've got a Collector Roof. So we can just push that, hold the plough for something better, like a frog. Or just hold the plough. Basically, this kills it. So we'll push them. And we gave them the opportunity to Saga us, to Wasteland us, but they opted out of it. So if they slow rolled the Wasteland, then cool. If they haven't, then... Like, I felt like that was a good turn for it to speak up. You know? I think that's a lot of the game these days, is because people are going to be a lot more liberal with their Wastelands. Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? People are going to be a lot more liberal with their Wastelands. But at the same time, or maybe I'm supposed to snap Ancestral now, actually, just because... Sorry, I'm just going to go back on myself. I'll do it in their end step. Because I don't really want them to have Bowmaster mana up, do I? And they showed us a Bowmaster earlier, so I think maybe it was actually supposed to be a sorcery speed snap Ancestral. I know I'm holding a Bowmaster and stuff, but you know, I've got a plough. Got 2 of them. But yeah, with Wastelands getting snapped off easier now, I think a lot of the game is going to be presenting non-basics to your opponent when you slow roll your Saga. I mean... Okay. Cool. It's not something I'm too cut up about. Yeah, I'll pay 1. Got mana for days over here. Got all of the mana. Got this Mox Jet. Got this Tundra. Got this attack for 2. Opponent's got 3 cards. We've got loads. I'm not sure I'm realistically making tokens into this Tabernacle. So I think I might just purchase a cat. And then get Baubbling. I just think the Tabernacle is just going to be a bit too annoying. Although it does kill them quickly, doesn't it? So maybe that was wrong. But like... I don't think they're going to do anything particularly difficult for us to overcome. Yeah, I don't know. That could have been punty, but... I'll keep Snap around. And now I can... now I can just press OK, apparently. Sure. Whoops. Now I'm down a mana. I was going to make a token as well. I can make a token, get a Lotus, play Lurrus, go Lotus, blah blah blah. Never mind, we didn't do that. Let's cast Lurrus, I guess. We got Force of Will. Nope. Cast a Bauble. This is all pretty great, I think. I don't want to cast a Needle now. I'll Bauble you. And we'll gradually paint a picture of what they've got in hand. Another Wasteland, cool. And Wasteland looks good onto my Underground Sea until you realise I've got Black Lotus and Mox Jet. So there's a good chance that this actually comes down and... Oh, maybe I was... No, I was supposed to needle Oko. I was supposed to needle Oko now, because now they can play Wasteland and cast Oko. Eep. Okay, cool. Whew. That was lucky. Fate will push my Lurrus. Yeah, right, that's a shame, but it's fine. And now it's to us. So I think I might just roll out a needle on Oko. And just prevent all of that stuff that can go wrong from going wrong, right? So let's play Lavinia. Now let's play Needle and name Oko Thief of Crowns. Play an Underground Sea. Pass the turn. Cool. They've got Misty. And I can just plow all their creatures at this point. Psychic Frog, sure. End step, plow you. Cool. So I think once again things are pretty under control. Fairly convincing board position in game state. Opponent did play a Tabernacle against us though, so I guess that's, you know, that's cool and stuff. Yeah, I'll trade my Lotus for some Lorien revealed cards. Whilst they don't have Bowmaster up, they can't force me because of Lavinia. They can't play spells because I wastelanded their Underground Sea. And now we just got to attack them a few times. And Lavinia is like symmetrical in some way and not in another way, is that right? Or is it all just hate all the time? Like, can I force a will with Lavinia in play is what I'm kind of asking you. Let's just get to the concession phase and then each opponent, and whenever an opponent get wrecked. That card's savage. Okay, yeah, concession phase reached. Cool. That was quite fun actually. It's another like 40-minute game or something stupid, but just grind them out slowly. Right, final round. Okay, final round up against heartattackmuffin, and they are on a Lurrus deck, so good grief. This video is going to be like 40 hours long. Turn on Lavinia with some form of protection on the draw seems fine. Turn on Bowmaster also seems fine. Yeah, I think we keep this. Force negation's not great, I don't think, but it's acceptable. Do I want to be rolling out Lavinias like this? Yeah, I think so. Because that's going to give me, like, still have the protection up, and then I've got, like, turn 2 Bowman with protection again. And that gets through. Okay, so it's probably just going to get pushed or plowed on end step or something like that, but no. So they do get to waste a mana there, and they've got Tropical Island, so they're on like some bug Lurrus list. Very fun. Psychic Frog, problematic. Problematic for us, for sure. Lorien revealed. Not ideal, but it is at least something. I think I've got to play Delta so I can start manning up the bows rather than wasting them. Yeah, Psychic Frog's going to be annoying. I can actually Bowmaster and make a blocker, right? Unless we fight over the Bowmaster, at which point they go to the sky. Then I get a card out of them. Yes, I think I have Bowmaster now. They've already made a land drop, so I can't get Wastelanded. I've got a Spell Pierce and they can't force me. Let's go here. They have their own Bowmaster. Right. They kill my Bowmaster. So maybe that was a problem on my part. Maybe that was a mistake in some way, shape or form. I think I'm still locked into this block to remove cards from hand. Oh, they're discarding now, so I don't have to block. Oh my gosh, what are they doing? They're going for everything here. Oh, now they go to the skies. Sure, interesting plays. Not sure I understand them. But... now they draw a card. Cool. Cool, cool. So that went pretty poorly. Bauble. I think Bauble's forced. Underground Sea I'm really not interested in. But do I want to waste them and buy Lurrus? Or maybe I just play Wasteland. Buy Lurrus. Cycle Lorien. Grab the sea but draw a fresher card. Next turn I have Lurrus Bowmaster. And then I'm struggling in the Psychic Frog thing. No, maybe it's Crack Bauble later, actually. Maybe that was better. Oh, Plow's great, though. Like, it's a good draw, but maybe it's Plow later so that I have this block on the Frog. Yeah, that was kind of tough, actually. And they've got a Wasteland now. So they can Wasteland. I've just tutored a sea, bro. You watched me do it. Frog comes in, army comes in. We take 4, they draw a card. But now I can pick fights on their turn as well. They play Vexing Bauble. Yeah, fine. Doesn't seem particularly tough and punishing for us, I don't think. So then just Tundra go. Plow your Frog. Hit me with a Spell Pierce, which I will pay for gladly. Hit me with a Flusterstorm. Less exciting for the home team. Okay. They've only got 2 cards left though, so if we can draw something, we can actually be in a position here. Like they've got 3 cards after the draw here. Island. How much am I taking next turn? 7. Let's cast Lurrus. Let's play Underground Sea. And then let's Bowmaster your Bowmaster. And let's not attack for 2 just in case they've got a Bowmaster of their own. Fatal Push on Lurrus. Deathrite Shaman. Yeah, this hasn't gone well. Bowmaster, my Bowmaster. Good lord. Okay. I think I'm behind. Getting in for maximum damage here from the opponent. I think this is a forced chump, because otherwise I just die next turn. Might just die next turn anyway. Yeah, we'll with that draw. Okay. So I want the Fatal Push. I think I want the Needles. I think I don't want Flusterstorm. I think I don't want Consign. I think I don't want Soul Guide. So then these can name Deathrite Shamans and Wastelands. That seems a bit thin. But it seemed okay last time. So I think I might just try that. And I can name their, you know, their Bauble du Jour with their Lurrus, whatever their card advantage engine is. They've got a Lurrus, I've got a Lurrus. I'm just going to roll out the turn 1 Frog into Saga Walk. The Frog might get pushed, but I think that's fine. Because if their hand is just wastelanding me, then they're really going to struggle. Drop. Deathrite. Saga. Time Walk. Fatal Push to a Deathrite Shaman. Okay. Attack now. Saga ticks up. Attack again. There's 2 more cards for the home team. 3 more after the draw off the walk. Snapcaster Mage. Could be another turn if we want it. I think I might just make tokens. If I get wasted, it's really punishing. I think tokens is better. Force of Will's cool. Yeah, let's go ahead and assume we're making tokens. Mainly because I didn't complete, right, so... And they've got their own Psychic Frog. I think I'll fight that with Force of Will on pitching Treasure Cruise. That just gets through. So let's just go for like a complete kill here. Make a token. I don't think I want to... I don't think I want to buy Lurrus. I think I want to buy. I think I just want to play Snapcaster Mage, Time Walk. I still get the Lotus though. Attack for 5. Grab a Spell Pierce. Okay. I'm just going to go all out for the Snapcaster Mage on Time Walk plan here. They haven't shown any sort of force of will so far. Yeah. So game 1 was a slog that we're always behind on. Game 2 was kind of like a rout there for us. I wasn't impressed by the negations earlier, but I think they're a necessary evil. And we'll just roll this in and see how we do. I guess we can also needle frogs, right? If I just want to play an Ophidian game rather than my bug opponent discards their whole hand and frogs me. And we've got a cat, they've got a cat. All exciting. This hand is crap. This hand is really bad, isn't it? This looks better. Let's put back Tundra. And please don't make me force a negation on turn 1. Doesn't look like that's going to be the case. They're going to bauble me though. We'll play our Misty. Oh, they know about the Mist. They know about the Delta. Come on, Josh. That was really poor form. They know about the Delta. They literally just had a look. Okay, so we'll get Underground Sea and push. I can't imagine I'm negating back though, right? That doesn't sound realistic. Force of Will pitches Force of Will. Black Lotus. I will cast that. We'll play an Underground Sea and I'll play a Psychic Frog. Now Frog versus Bob. Bob Jaws and Urza's Saga. We have a Pithing Needle. It's funny, I wasn't actually expecting Urza's Saga from them. Vexing Bobble's fine. Let's go Delta, fetch. Grab a basic island, and I know this is risky. But it puts the 3rd card in my graveyard. This needle might elicit the Wasteland anyway, but I want to name Urza's Saga. So now I can take to the skies. And negate their push with my Lotus. Orcish Bowmasters. Right. Fine, I can discard Treasure Cruise because I'm not getting there. Now we can discard Cruise. Psychic Frog survives. Psychic Frog comes into play. These frogs are going to be annoying against these Bowmasters, but you know, they've dropped Drawn a Force of Will. Now they've got an Urza Saga, which is going to tick down and die. They cycle Vexing Bauble for more cards. They play a Sapphire. And they've got Strip Mine. So they can kill 2 of my lands here. They don't, they just go for Soul Guide Lantern, which we'll let through as well. And a Deathrite Shaman. Man. And they wasteland my Underground Sea. And they strip mine my Underground Sea. Cool. And we know they're holding 1 Force of Will. I think I can just send here, right? Do I want to grow one of these? Yeah, I think I do. I think I want to grow... No, I think I want to wait. Oh, but if I grow, I can take 1 to this guy. No. I'll just attack like this. Oh, I have to grow 1 because of the Orc Army token. Which they're getting loads of as well. DT. You can have a Snapcaster Mage from me. We know they're holding Force of Will. They've only got 1 card though, so they can't... And they don't have mana, so they can't draw into blue. So I can DT for Bowmasters. And then Bowmaster your Dark Confidant or your Orcish Bowmaster. They're going to get Lurrus this turn though, so it doesn't matter. I guess I kill the Bowmaster. We might actually be in one of those funny games where Bob is part of the kill. They draw a Deathrite Shaman. So now they're going to go get the Black Lotus. Go Lurrus, Lotus, Lurrus. They drew a Verdant for the turn. What did I say they drew? Deathrite Shaman. Lurrus, Lotus, Lurrus. And then they play like a Mishra's Bauble or some shit. No, they can't because of my Bowman. They can't. They can play Lotus out the yard and they get a Bowman next turn. They can fetch. They can play Deathrite Shaman. I mean, play this, get Black Lotus. That kills. Oh no, they're going after a land. I was gonna say if they just play Lotus out the yard, that turns on their Force of Will that we know about. Do they have 1 mystery card? Am I missing something? Oh no, they can just play the Bowman now. Okay. They're at 9. I can take 2. I can take 4. Wasteland. Take to the skies, take to the skies. Discard Wasteland and 6 you. Pray. Is there a creature in their graveyard? No. And there won't be any creatures in my graveyard, so they can't gain life. So let's exile everything then. Hope I did it, both of them. Have I played Time Walk this turn? this game? No. Do I want to play around Time Walk being an option? No, I don't think so. I think I just want to attack and exile my Wasteland. Or discard my Wasteland. Spread the damage across my creatures. They're holding Deathrite Shaman and Force of Will at the moment, so spells aren't good. Well, spells are good because they don't have a blue card. But what we're going for here is just the Bob kill, right? Mental Misstep. They get a ping, they kill my creature. Lavinia. They get to ping me. Source of damage next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Seems like they're one short. Flip an expensive card, bro. Misty Rainforest. That wasn't... I know it's like a kind of pricey card, but that wasn't what I meant. It's not the cheapest card in the world, but... How much do they gain this turn? 3? And they put me to 1. And one of my frogs can fly. So we just need to miss removal spell. Oh, they can always block, can't they? Shit. They can always block. Although actually there's no creatures in the graveyard, they go to 6. So if they've got a removal spell, that's annoying. Their Deathrite Shaman's very annoying. Misty, Deathrite. We've got a Bauble there as well, so they can look for removal. They're looking at their top card to see if they want to fetch. This is some sweaty Fatal Push action. Draw a card off Bauble. I have to go all in on one frog. With no permission available. I mean, that's all I've got, right? They're holding Deathrite Shaman, Force of Will, and 2 other cards, and they've got access to a Soul Guide. I mean, I think this is the world we live in. They still can't gain life. One of them has to go to the sky. The other one has to stay on the floor and get chumped by the boatman. But none of that matters, does it? No. We need to think carefully, not carefully, but we need to think slightly about how we discard our Lavinia, if we discard our Lavinia. So they might try and get in the way with the Deathrite Shaman as well, but I don't think they can, because I can screw about and pay all my costs, can't I? And I leave Wasteland behind, because that doesn't deal me any damage. Sure, I haven't got any other plays. Yeah, I haven't got any other plays, have I? So I've just got to go in on one. Discard Lavinia, discard Lurien. Holding priority, pay all the costs. Sure. Do I want the misstep? Push. Yeah, I think I want the misstep, actually, don't I? They cast push. I misstep it, they can't cast Force of Will without a thing, so yeah. Let's exile these. Like this. I've just killed myself. No, I haven't. I just need them to not have anything. I was supposed to leave the wasteland behind. And discard the misstep. I can't play around push. Yeah, they found it as well. They've got an Orcish Bowmaster. Does that do anything? They killed Bob. Did you find push, Bowman? Oh, they can gain the life. Nah, they can gain the life. Off the Bob. Now we die. What if I left one at home? I die. Okay. Okay. 4 and 1. I think I could have sequenced the end of that slightly better. But we get some stuff. And we played this deck. It took me a fucking year to do it. But yeah, no, cool deck, cool league. It is interesting. It's just so slow, you know? Just so slow. So, yeah, no, let's not sit around and think about that too long. It's quarter to 11 at night. I want to go to bed. Deck seems good. Deck seems powerful. Close final round. Then being able to kill Bob was annoying. Other games went well. Almost conceded to mono white and then won. Always sweaty against duel. Not gonna lie, I've forgotten all the other matchups I played. Oh, I played against Badlands, that was it. Anyway, right. Peace out. See you soon. Thanks for watching.